bet you didn't expect that I look like this in real life, right?
What color are your fucking eyes?
I'm going to make this work. Hey, hi, hello, my name is Lo. Welcome to my channel if you are new here, or welcome back if you are not. And yes, you did read the title right. I will be explaining Jeff the Killer to you as Jeff the Killer himself. I can see it. I can see the confusion starting to bubble. But you have blue hair. I'm also not a 13-year-old boy who is a psycho. So, I'm pretty sure. It's all about the transformation, baby. This will be a very much closet cosplay. I do not have all of the things that one might need if they wanted to transform into Jeff the Killer. But, before you click away, I'm going to try my best. As for clothing, I have black skinny jeans, and I don't have a white hoodie, but I have this really big, baggy, white Leatherman's jacket. However, I don't know if I want to commit to getting blood all over this. We'll have to see. And then, of course, the makeup. I will be doing the makeup. Don't you even worry. And I have one more thing. You didn't think I was going to try to be Jeff the Killer with blue hair, did you? Hear me out. I know that this is a bob. I know. And it's really shiny. This is from when I was Farquaad for Halloween. I'm about to bless your eyes. I'm going to try my best to style this the way a teenage boy would and not just have a bob on my head. This is not going to work. It's giving Edna Mode. Wait. Jeff the Killer who? I only design costumes for superheroes.
You are Elastigirl! My God, pull yourself together!
This wig is not going to work unless I maybe turn it backwards and try to give him emo hair. Mom. Mom. Lou didn't do it. It was me.
Because tonight will be the night that I will fall for you.
Dead ass, I think I can work with this. But let's pull my hair back properly and move over to the beauty station. My hair is just pulled back into a bun so I could see how the wig fit. But I'm going to, I think, use one of these headbands to kind of use it as, not a bald, not a bald cap, but, oh my God, a hairnet? No. A hair cap? No. Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Wig cap. Oh my God. I'm dumb. I was like, fucking hairnet. Bald cap, wig cap. Duh, the cap you wear on your head before you put on a wig. I feel so stupid. How the fuck was I wearing this before? I think he has longer hair than this. I'm trying to think if I try to... Because I just look like Mike from Stranger Things. I look like everybody but who I'm supposed to be. I'm gonna brush this wig out and then try to style it a little bit. The best I can. And if he looks like a Walmart version of a beetle instead of Jeff the Killer, then I'm sorry, this is all I have. I used to have really long black hair that would have been killer for Jeff the Killer. But right now it's blue. Like Halsey in 2014.
Everything is blue.
The more I play around with this wig, I'm starting to realize I'm unaware of what a 13-year-old boy's haircut looks like. Blue. At some point, I'm just gonna have to say this is the best it's gonna get. We do the makeup without the fucking wig on. Now, I am by no means a talented makeup artist. I don't even have white face paint. But you know what I do have? White eyeliner. Yeah. I know. So I think that's the plan. White eyeliner all over the face. I probably won't touch my brows because I think he singed his off. Really messy black eye makeup. And then I'm gonna outline the smile with black and then probably go in with a red. But the next time you see me, I'll be Jeff the Killer. Ah. Forget I did that. I'm supposed to be really scary.
Close your eyes. Go to sleep, sweet thing.
You know, for having an Amazon wig, wearing eyeliner all over my face, this is not as bad as it could be. Alright, let's get started. Jeff the Killer is a fictional horror character from a well-known creepypasta. He's also become quite the meme because he is one of the most well-known creepypasta characters even to this day. And it's been over a decade since his debut. He is a teenage boy. By the end of his story is depicted with ghastly pale skin, no eyelids, long black hair with a permanent smile-shaped scar. Jeff the Killer gained popularity around 2011. However, the story was published before that. But in 2011, it was published on Creepypasta, the website, by the user GameFuelTV. This is the version of the story and the image that everybody knows. There is a DeviantArt user named Suser, aka Jeff Case, who is often said to be the creator. It gained popularity after the fact. The story on its own is pretty bare bones. He's a teenager and something bad happens and then he becomes evil. It's pretty simple. It's not that long of a read either. But the story increased in popularity when fan art and fan fiction started to arise. There is even a female version of Jeff the Killer called Jane the Killer. I think she's almost the exact same, just a girl. Where Jane's story is kind of off and on because so many people in the fandom will add to it and create their own version. The most acceptable version is that she was Jeff's neighbor before all of the things and his transformation happened, and Jane's family becomes Jeff's victims. She is depicted as a burn victim wearing a black wig and a white mask, just like ya boy, Mr. Jeffrey. Do you think his full name's Jeffrey? I mean, who just names their kid Jeff? However, in contrast with Jeff's go-to catchphrase, which is go to sleep, Jane's is don't go to sleep, you won't wake up. I think Jeff's is, not to say it's better, but Jane's kind of spells it out like, don't go to sleep, you won't wake up because I'ma kill you. Whereas Jeff's is like, go to sleep. I'ma kill you maybe. There is also another side of this humongous fandom. Homicidal Lou popped up on Tumblr under someone with the exact same username, where Jeff's brother Lou survived the stabbing and becomes a killer himself. So, just a good old family of killers. The original image of Jeff the Killer is one of the things that you will see first when you look up this story. It is so widely known, so widely circulated that people don't really know where the original photo came from. There are articles that claim the very original photo of Jeff the Killer was an edited photograph of a girl who reportedly took her own life. However, this rumor's been debunked. Earliest known instance first appeared on a Japanese image board in July of 2005, but the original unedited photo still has not been found. Let's get into the real lore of Jeff the Killer, aka the creepypasta. While I'm not going to actually read the entire creepypasta for you, I am going to dive into all of the most important parts of what makes this story so good. The first part of what makes this story so good is that it is written so poorly. And I'm not just saying that to be rude. It is written grammatically and plot-wise poorly. The story opens up with a news article / feed about a string of unexplained murders. And then there is an interview with a small boy who says he saw a man in his room holding a knife, and he was telling him, go to sleep. But just in time, the little boy let out a scream, and his father came running in. This man whipped out his ninja star level skills and went, the knife went straight into the dad's arm, like straight on, perfect shot, no notes. The neighbors of the little boy and his father ended up calling the cops because the noise was so loud, and that's how the police entered the scene. And then that's pretty much all we get for this intro segment. It goes straight into Jeff's story.
Just a quick note, the killer gets away. He jumps out of a window and he escapes and he leaves, and the police don't catch him. That's like really important to the plot, so I don't know why I didn't mention that.
So the story opens up like this. Jeff and his family had just moved into a new neighborhood. His dad had gotten a promotion at work, and they thought it'd be best to live in one of those fancy neighborhoods. Jeff and his brother Lou couldn't complain though. A new, better house. What was not to love? As they were getting unpacked, one of their neighbors came by. And so the neighbor lady comes by. She has a 6-year-old son, and she's like, hi, welcome to the neighborhood. I'm Barbara. This is Billy, my son. You know, like Jeff's mom's like, I'm Margaret. This is my husband, Peter. These are our 2 sons, Lou and Jeff. And then Barbara invites the whole family to Billy's birthday party. Like I said, Billy is 6. Jeff is, I think, 13. Lou is around 12. So already it's like, that is kind of odd. And even Jeff says, quote, Mom, why would you invite us to some kid's party? If you hadn't noticed, I'm not some dumb kid. He is top tier angsty. Why do you think I gave him the bang? And then for the rest of that night, Jeff just starts unpacking and then he goes to bed. That's that. The next morning is his first day at his new school. He gets dressed, he waits for Lou, they eat breakfast, and off to the bus stop they go. And then some kid riding a skateboard jumps over them while they're sitting on the bench, parkour style. The kid jumps off his skateboard, catches it in the air, and he's like, ugh. And it's another 12-year-old boy, you know? This boy is Randy, who thinks he's super swaggy. He has 2 sidekicks. Troy, who is described, the quote, talk about a tub of lard, this kid looked like he hadn't exercised since he was crawling, end quote. Oh my god. And his other sidekick is Keith, who's the exact opposite. String bean, tall, skinny looking thing. So Randy walks up to Jeff and Lou and he's like, I'm Randy. I thought I'd introduce you, but everybody in this neighborhood, all the kids, they pay me lunch money. Yeah. You have to give me your lunch money now. Lou steps up really fast and he's like, oh, I oughta, like actually going to punch the kid. And then Randy's like, I hoped you guys would have been more cooperative, but it seems like I'll have to do this the hard way. And he pulls out a knife.
See what you have.
No! Yeah, talk about an escalation 0 to 100. And he walks up to Lou with the knife and he takes out Lou's wallet and takes the money. But then Jeff's like, oh no, that's my baby brother. So he walks up and he's like, hey, yo, listen here, you little punk, give my brother back his money. And then one of Randy's friends also pulls out a knife. So there's just knives being pulled out and shoved around when this is all over lunch money. And they're waiting at the bus stop, mind you. And then Randy's like, oh, what are you gonna do about it? And so Jeff punches him in the nose and breaks his nose. And as Randy's like, ow, 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 oh my god, ow, Jeff grabs his wrist and breaks it. What did this guy do? Is he an assassin? There's this big scuffle and Jeff grabs the knife from Randy, but then like Keith and Troy come over and they're trying to fight him, and so he like fights them back. And as he has the knife that he stole from Randy, he stabs Keith in the arm because Keith was running at him. And then when it came to Troy, he just punched him really hard. And then, like, as he's beating up all these 3 boys, Lou's just like, wow! My brother is literally the coolest. After all of this commotion happens, they see the bus coming, and so Jeff and Lou's like, oh my god, we gotta book it, because they're gonna see that I just beat up these 3 fucking kids. So they run all the way to school, they have a great normal day, and then they get back to the house. And the whole night is dandy. Everything goes swell. The next morning, Jeff wakes up, goes down the stairs, and his mom and 2 police officers are there. And he's like, oh shit. His mom's like, Jeff, these cops are telling me that you beat up and attacked 3 kids yesterday on your first day of school. What the fuck? And he's like, Mom, they were the ones who pulled out the knives. It wasn't me, Lou. One of the cops steps forward and he's like, son, we found 3 kids. 2 of them stabbed, 1 having a bruise on his stomach. And we have witnesses that place you and your brother at the scene of the crime. And Jeff tries to fight back, but he's like, it's no use. They're never going to believe me because I'm so angsty and emo. But before he could really try to step in, Lou, from the top of the stairs, he's like, I did it. It was me. It wasn't Jeff. It was me. And Jeff's like, no, wait, no, it was me. It was me. It was literally me. It was not Lou. And no one believes him. They just take Lou away and they say, quote, well, kid, looks like a year in juvie. So no trial. So no court date. So pressing charges. Nope, straight to juvie. As they're taking Lou away, Jeff's like, Lou, tell them it was me. It was me, not him. And literally no one believes this kid. They're not even going to sit down and look at the evidence. They just take Lou away because Lou said it was me. And then nothing really happens for like the whole week. Jeff is just depressed that his brother got taken away to juvie and he doesn't do anything. He sleeps and he doesn't eat. And then it's Saturday morning, which is the day of Billy's big ol' 6th birthday bash. And his mom comes in. She's dressed to the high heaven Sunday's best. And she's like, Jeff, today's the day. It's a beautiful day. And he's like, huh? What day? And she's like, it's Billy's birthday party. And Jeff's like, Mom, are you kidding? I thought I wasn't going to that. It's a kid's party. I don't want to go to that. Jeff's mom is like, no, we're going. Like, I know everything's been rough, but we're going. So get dressed. So he goes downstairs. He throws on the bare minimum, which is like black pants and his iconic white hoodie. And his dad's also dressed up. Like, he's wearing a suit to a 6-year-old's birthday party in someone's backyard. And his dad looks at him and goes, is that all you're going to wear? And Jeff says, like the diva he is, better than wearing too much. 3 of them walk across the street. They go to Barbara and Billy's house. So they get to the house and Barbara's like, oh, Jeff, this random 13-year-old, hey, all the kiddos are in the back. Why don't you go and like play? And he does so, but he doesn't really want to. He goes to the backyard and he sees that all these kids are running around playing like cowboys and sheriffs or whatever. They're all dressed up as cowboys. And they're shooting each other with plastic guns. And Billy comes up to him and he says,
Please, sir, would you like to play with us?
Please. And Jeff's like, oh no, like I'm way too old for this stuff. I just stabbed a kid yesterday. Like, I don't want to play with no plastic gun. He didn't actually say that, but. And he goes, please, mister? And Jeff says, fine, okay. So he puts on a hat and he gallops away with the kids and he's actually having like kind of a fun time. He's forgetting about Lou. He's forgetting about the cops. He's just playing cowboys. But then, you won't believe it, these 3 fuckers, Randy, Troy, and Keith, jump over the backyard fence with their fucking skateboards, Tony Hawk edition. Randy walks up to Jeff and he's like, Jeff, we have some unfinished business. And then Jeff says, quote, I think we're even. I beat the crap out of you. You get my brother sent to JDC, which is Juvenile Detention Center. Randy gets pissed off. He gets pissed. And he says, oh no, I don't go for even. I go for winning. I don't go for even. I go for winning. And so Randy like rushes at Jeff. He's gonna start another fight at this innocent child's birthday party. Jeff's been in this town for a little over a week, and all of this has already been happening. They wrestle to the ground. Randy punches Jeff in the nose, and Jeff grabs him by the ears and headbutts him, and they're fighting, they're wrestling, they're punching. And all the kids start screaming, so all the parents are running out of the house. And then Troy and Keith pull out pew-pew machines. Out of nowhere, they've elevated from knives to real life pew-pew machines. And they go, "No one interrupts, or guts will fly." These kids are 12. They haven't even gone through puberty yet. And as everybody's distracted by the pew-pew, Randy pulled out a knife and stabs Jeff's shoulder. So Jeff screams, he falls to his knees, and then Randy starts kicking him in the face and punching him while he's down. And then they're like scuffling. And then Troy comes over and grabs Jeff up by the collar and says, "Need some help?" And then he throws him through the patio door. And then like Jeff is trying to get up, and then Randy kicks him while he's down. Like he's just not having a good time, okay? And he says, "Come on, Jeff, fight me!" Like some like fucking WWE Macho Man. And he picks Jeff up and throws him into the kitchen. And then Randy sees a bottle of vodka from all the fucking martinis the mothers were having and pours it all over Jeff. And he keeps screaming, "Fight me, fight me, fight me! Let me show you how strong I am!" And he's like taunting Jeff. He's like, "Fight me, I'm the one who got your brother sent away. I'm the one who did that, blah, 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 fight me." And so Jeff stands up and he's like trying to hit back, but there's blood on his face, there's vodka in his eyes. Oh, and there's a strange feeling that Jeff keeps having. It is literally described as a strange feeling he was feeling. The author is trying to say to the readers that Jeff has this psychotic feeling in him, but he's just saying it's this weird feeling he was feeling. So it says here, quote, "Once again, he gets that strange feeling, the one in which he hasn't felt for a while. That's when it happens. Something inside Jeff snaps. His psyche is destroyed. All rational thinking gone. All he can do is kill." He grabs Randy and throws him to the ground. He gets on top of him and he's punching him until he can't breathe. And then one massive, huge punch to the heart and Randy dies. Yeah, you heard that right. Jeff punches Randy so hard in the chest that it stops his heart. All the parents and all the kids have come inside now, and they're staring at Jeff because he just killed the kid, and there's all this commotion going on. And Keith and Troy are like, "Bro, what the fuck? That was our leader guy." And so they scuffle some more. They like rush into the bathroom or laundry room where they're fighting, and Keith pushes Jeff into a shelf that triggers a large thing of bleach onto Jeff. It's coating him in bleach. And mind you, he's already covered in vodka as well. And so he breaks off the towel rack in the bathroom and he hits Keith over the head with it, and so Keith is like low-key bleeding out and dying, but he gets the last laugh in because he's like he as he's bleeding to death, and Jeff's like, "Why are you laughing?" And Keith says, "What's funny is that you're covered in bleach and alcohol," and he flicks out a lighter and tosses it at Jeff. Jeff is set on fire and he is running around, stop, dropping, and rolling, pop, locking, like he's trying to put himself out, but he is covered in third-degree burns and like rushed to the hospital. After a while, he wakes up in the hospital and he's in a full body cast and his face has been wrapped up too, so he like literally, he is covered head to toe. And his mom is there and his dad is there and they're like, "Honey, like, are you okay? I have great news." All of the witnesses told the police that Randy confessed to trying and attack you that one day at the bus stop, so they're letting Lou go. Aren't you so excited? And he's like, "Let's go, like my brother's coming home." And they hug and stuff and they say goodbye. He's in the hospital for like weeks because he's in critical condition, and throughout the weeks his family keeps coming to visit him, and then they came the day that his face bandages were going to be removed. And so the doctor says, "Let's hope for the best." He says that out loud to the family. Let's hope for the best. The fuck? I thought you were my doctor. What do you mean, let's hope for the best? Didn't you operate on me? Didn't you make me pretty? Doctor? And so he takes the bandages off, and Jeff's mother screams. What? What happened to my face? He says. He's touching his face. He's like, what happened? What happened? And he rushes up and looks in the mirror. And this is the description of what he looks like now. His face, it's horrible. His lips were burnt to a deep shade of red. His face was turned into pure white color, and his hair singed from brown to black. He slowly put his hand to his face. It had a sort of leathery feel to it now. He looked back at his family, then back at the mirror. And then his brother's like, it's not that bad, bro. And then Jeff says, not that bad. It's perfect. Oh yeah, your boy is psycho now.
Psycho boy swag, psycho boy swag.
And his parents are like, are you okay? And he's laughing uncontrollably. He's like, I've never felt more happy. Like, look at me, my face. It goes perfectly with me. And he is like literally mentally not okay. He's breaking out in hysteric laughter. He's like, I look so slay. They're gonna put me on a catwalk tomorrow. I look just like Kate Moss. I'm so beautiful. Don't you think so? Jeff's mom goes and get the doctor, and she says, quote, is my son all right, in the head? And he says, oh yeah, like behavioral differences and shifts for trauma patients is totally fine. He's on a lot of painkillers, so the behavior will probably go away. Nose flash. It didn't. They take Jeff home, and he has this weird thing where he keeps calling his mom mommy. He's like, okay, mommy. Take me home, mommy.
Mommy?
I'm a mom.
Mamacita.
Don't clip that. Later that same night that he gets taken home, he walks into his parents' bedroom as they are sleeping. He's like looking over them, and he has a knife, which he has already used to carve his smile lines and remove his eyelids. Yeah, his own little plastic surgery. That's why I look like this. And he sneaks into his parents' room, and his mom's like, Jeff, what are you doing? And he says, I couldn't keep smiling, Mommy. It hurt after a while. Now I can smile forever. And he says, what's wrong, Mommy? What's wrong? Aren't I beautiful? And his mom is like trying to nudge her husband awake and says, dude, like get the gun. Like our son's gone psycho in the head and I need you to kill him for me, like in sickness and in health, in killing our son. You feel me? And then Jeff unalives his parents. Yep, he sure does. And then he goes into Lou's room. The brother he's been live, laugh, loving this whole story. He gives Lou the same treatment. He says, bye, Lou. Just go to sleep. And that's where his catchphrase starts, is the just go to sleep. And yeah, the story ends with Jeff telling Lou to go to sleep. And then him, That is the story of Jeff the Killer. Jeff is such an iconic character because he's so unhinged. He is like, he does the most stupid things, and all of the side characters also do just the amount of same stupid things. Like the plotline consists of a week of actual terror. The first full day that the boys are in town is when Lou and Jeff get attacked at the bus stop. The next day, Lou gets sent to the juvenile detention center. And then there's 4 days of Jeff grieving his brother. The birthday party where Randy dies, Keith dies, and I think Troy also dies. And Jeff gets sent to the hospital. Then there's like the longer week period of where Jeff's recovering. I don't know. I think my retelling's really fun. What do you think? How do you feel? I wanted to do something different with this video. I didn't want to just sit down and read the story to you guys. I wanted to retell it in my own way with like my own terms and lingo and like feel like we're having a conversation. So I hope you guys enjoyed that aspect of it. I'm gonna take this off because I am roasting up in here. If you guys enjoyed this crazy chaotic video, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing for more crazy chaotic videos. If you guys
gosh! She's bald! She's bald and she's torturing people who have hair!
Now I look like the Joker. Why so serious? How many other characters am I gonna end up looking like at the end of this video? If you guys have any more creepypastas you'd love me to deep dive into in this like conversational way, please let me know. I love scary stories. I love creepypastas. Of course, I had to start with the most iconic Jeff the Killer. I can't believe I'm doing the outro still dressed like this. Current hyperfixations from my last video are still the exact same because I filmed the outro for that video yesterday evening. But as a recap for anyone who might be new here, I do this news segment at the end of my videos where I tell you guys my current hyperfixations to see how quickly I get out of them or how long I stay tangled within them. So right now, as of this video, I am obsessing over The Pit and Sean Hattasey. Hey, Mr. Dr. Jack Abbott. Lizzie McAlpine, I've been listening to a lot of her music recently. I'm rewatching Stranger Things in honor of season 5 dropping. And yeah, those are my 4 current hyperfixations. Tell me what your guys' are in the comments. With that said, I will see you guys in the next one. Mwah. I'm gonna go wash this off. I'm so happy that my parents didn't come upstairs to try to come talk to me. I put a little paper on my door that said, hey, I'm filming right now. If they came in and saw me like this, I think they'd be concerned for my well-being.
Drinking all this coffee. These last few weeks have been exhausting. I'm lost in